Okay, hello everyone. We're back live. Last class for the day. We are doing some tomorrow, so if you want to join us at 11 and 2, we are doing 2 little classes. This is the last class for the Great Australian Craft Show. We are going to make a clutch purse using the Aster and Anne kit. I'm going to use the Georgia clutch bag, and you can also use the Luella one as well. It's just a different shape, so either one would be fine. You can do this too. This one is the one I'm going to do with a square shape at the bottom. I'm going to be moving backwards forwards, so you're going to hear the chair going backwards and forwards, just so I can go from machine to ironing board and to cutting. I have my little mini iron on. Hi Rado, there it is. I have with me the kit, and in the kit comes the handle, leather, the little attachments, hand sewing needles, which I probably won't use because I'm going to do it all by machine, and the needles or pins to do it with, sorry. It comes bagged up as a kit with instructions, and also comes with the bag pre-cut in its shape, ready to go, and the zipper part already attached and the zipper already in. And it also comes with its side pieces and a false front on the inside to cover any stitching that you do. So I'll say a quick hello to Lynette, Pat, Rado, Chris, Colleen and Jody. Welcome. So this one I am going to decorate a little bit differently to the last time. So just popping some stuff aside. I have with me this stuff here, which is a mesh. Okay, any kind of mesh will work. I use this one because it's quite solid when I can, and it's a bag mesh. Hi Debbie, hi Jill. Then I'm also going to use some bias binding that's already pre-done for me, as well as some folding elastic that you put on these so that we can make another pocket, because I'm going to add another pocket to it. And I'm also using some chiffon and some new fabric. Yes, this is part of the new range. No, you can't order it yet. Hi Wendy, how you going? And Claire, Suzanne, how are you? Now, I'm going to do the blue and aqua and purple range. There's also going to be a kit made up for the orange, red and yellow range. Oh my god, I'm distracted by the gorgeous fabric in the background. Yes, you cannot order it yet. So this will be used to make some kits for the bags. So I'm going to excuse me, let you know that this one here is $45 plus the little kit that I'm going to make, which will probably be another $20 on top. So if you're wanting the kit, whether it be in the orange or blue, you just have to ask. I really probably have enough to do maybe 10 or 20 of them at the most. So I have enough to do 10 of these bags, and I also have enough, this one's 42, to do another 10 of those. Okay, so if that sort of helps with your decision making as to what you would like. Very nice fabric, love my colour purple and aqua. Me too, not allowed to look. Suzanne. All right, so what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. So the first thing that's asking me to do once I get everything out of the bag, which is we always do that first. So this is, again, like I say, it's all wool felt, so it's really quite sturdy. It will stand up. Yep, sure. So I'm going to put there blue and orange, and just put did you want the bag as well? Just say the kit plus bag, and then I'll know. So Pat Low, and you just need to tell me which bag you would prefer. The one I'm demonstrating on with the square line is called Georgia, and the other one is called Luella. Then we've got Donna Letty. Excuse me. So Luella or Georgia, Luella is 42 and Georgia is 45. If you already have the bag, kit plus bag, yep, Georgia, thank you, Angie. So if you don't need it, just kit alone, kit alone, okay, so that I know it's just kit alone, okay. Alrighty, so now I can't quite see the comments, so if I get behind, I'll come back and reread some, so just bear with me if I don't answer questions straight away because I'm working in front of the camera and I can't see the comments. Alright guys, so the first one we've got is this one here, and this here is telling us to fold the bag in half, mark the position of the magnetic closures, and what that means folding it along the long edge. So we get the closures here. We want to know where they're going to go, and then mark the 10 centimeters from the short edge in, and handle machine stitch in place. So fold bag inside, front in half. So the inside front, kit plus bag Georgia, and the other bag can't spell the other name, Luella, Luella. So you would like just the Georgia, or you want one of each? Excuse me. So this is the bag insert. I'll just move that handles and my little scissors. I'm going to open my little packet that I get with these. They're fabulous. Just open that up. And these little fellas here are all leather, just saying, okay? They're not fake leather. They are definitely leather. I am going to sew mine on by machine. These are for my handles, so I'll pop them with the handles. And this is where we're going to put one of each, please. Sure, Pat and Luella. So 2 by, yep, no dramas, my love. Now, what we're going to do first off, so come pop my little bits and pieces aside, is fold it that way. Okay. And just doing that across there and there. Trying to get that on screen. And using those pins that came with the kit, I'm going to mark. Now you can mark with chalk. That's all right, Judy, no dramas. So I'm going to mark with my chalk pencil just first and then pop a pin in, just to be a bit easier for me this time. Thanks very much. And this side. And just mark in there. Okay. That's okay, Margaret, we're here. This one, just letting you guys know, the fabric in the background, you cannot order. It's going to be used for some kits. After the kits are made and distributed, then whatever's left can be ordered then. All right, so that's that there. I've marked those halfway positions in both those. Yes, Debbie, it is wool felt, okay? It is 100% wool felt. Now, next thing is we need to measure on the front, which this is the way. I'll just put it this way, just so you know. Just fold that down. Take that one out for now. We don't need that one there. This is the place where we want to have our pin, but we want it on the inside front. So let's do it on this side. Okay, so this is the inside of your bag. You want it here. Visible front. Okay, that's it there. 10.5 centimeters down from there. So fold it. Okay, 10.5 centimeters down from that center point. We're going to mark again. So 10.5 centimeters from my measurement would be around about, probably 4 7/8, or 4 and, hang on, 10.5, 4 6/8. So I'm just going to go 4.5 inches. That's okay. That's all right, Elizabeth. So I'm going to go 4.5 inches down. I'm going to get my chalk and just looking. 4.5 inches. I just got to find that little line. There it is there. There, I've just marked the 4.5 inch mark. That is where I'm going to pop this one right here. Okay, we're just going to put that one there and leave the other side for now. So this one we need to pin in place. Just take that one out. Pin that there. You can't clip it because it's somewhere in the middle. Just try and find that awl. Come on. Being leather, it should hold on nicely. Then I'm going to move it to my sewing machine. So let me just move this camera over. Mind my rubbish at the camera. And as you go past, just pop that there. Get it in place. And as this is going to be free motion going around, because with a normal foot on, you're not going to be able to get it to sit properly. I need to lift my foot up a little bit so it doesn't actually, back and forward a little bit, sorry, so it doesn't actually hit or be too tight around there. So when I'm sewing, I've got ease of movement. So I'm just going to actually slow it right down. Saying my bobbin thread's insufficient, so I very well could run out of bobbin halfway through this because I did forget to do it. So too busy having a coffee and relaxing. Just taking a break. Going back and forth. Now I do find that with this one, doing this, I do have to do half of it. And just there, just stop there. Because I cannot get this behind the back of that, and then I'm going to cut off. I can take my needle out now, or my pin out I should say, and I need to move this around this way, pop my foot down again. Oops, I need that thread above the foot. Just pop it there. Start a couple of stitches past where I finished or started, whichever way you want to look at it, and just a couple of stitches to start, and let's just move very steady around. If you don't get those holes, it's no big deal. You can hand sew this on, blanket stitch, you can do anything you like, but for me and for a class I'm going to do it by machine, and you notice I'm going backward forwards in those holes so it holds nicely. Fingers crossed I don't run out of bobbin thread. And there, we've done one. So that is nice and steady. So cut off. And that is now stitched on nicely. See? And you can see on the back it's stitched on. You're not going to see that once we're finished. And we are then going to, I'm just going to pop that to the side, and we're going to move this back over so I can show you the next step. This next step is the fun part, and that's the step we're going to decorate this baby with. So let's get this ready. I'm just going to turn it that way. Hopefully she stays still. Pop my iron to the side for the moment. Now, that is going to go like that, so you can see how that works. That's why we're putting it on that side. We're going to now decorate. So you can decorate the back, the front, you can decorate anything you like. You can even decorate this side, whatever you like, okay? Doesn't matter. So I'm going to decorate here for now, and that's the front panel that flips over. Okay, so this is the one we're going to do. Now to decorate, what I've decided to do is grab some of this chiffon, which will be in your kits. Sorry, my hand's in the wrong spot. Okay, and it'll be in pieces like this, so you'll have left over enough for plenty if you make a boo-boo. You will also have in there your fabric, and you just have to cut it into 2-inch strips. All right. Then, and I'll have this written down in there for you. Then what you do to get it like that, so I've got it all twisted, okay, and it stretches if I want it to, or I can relax it. I'm going to grab, because I've given you 4 colours, so you can make 2 and 2 or 1 and 1, whatever you like. I'm going to grab these, so I get the dark one. There's 2 light ones, and I get 1, 2. You can have 4 in it if you want to, whatever you like. And you can have as many of these as you like. I'm going to put those together just like that. And I've got 2 blue in there already. I might add the soft pink in this one. No, I won't. I'll leave that for the next one. Let's tie a knot in it. You can stitch it like I did on the other one, but you can also tie a knot because we can cut that off later. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to plait it like we did at school. So to plait this though, you're going to need it to be attached to something. So what I did was I got tape, which you should have at home, either that or masking tape, doesn't matter. And I just taped it to the table just like that. It only needs to be there for a few minutes. And I plaited it. You don't have to pull on hard. You just plait it, make it stay there. Okay. And I mean, you can have these double thicknesses or whatever you like. You can add a bit of bling to it and throw something that's got a bit of shiny stuff to it. Oops, it is. Let's come off. Let's try again. There we go. Sticky tape doesn't work as well as masking tape, by the way. But at short notice, sticky tape it is. So as I get closer to the end, you can see it's starting to take that shape of a plait. Get right to the end. Now, like I say, you can sew it down by hand, or you can chuck a little knot in it and throw a knot in it. I just wrap it around my fingies. Throw those in under there, between the circle. Make sure they're all through. Grab them and pull them tight. Take it off the table. And I want 2 of these for the outside. You can have 3 if you want to, but for me, I'm happy with 2. So it's all up to you. Remember, this is your bag. This is how you want to decorate it. Then I'm going to get these 2-inch strips, and I am now going to make myself some bias, well, not bias, but just some binding sort of strips, because I want them nice and even on the edges. I don't really want to do the raw edge on this one. I'm thinking that it would look nice without the raw edge. So I get my, just pop that out of the way, and that out of the way, that down there. Move this for a minute, and these over here. Grab my little ironing mat, and I'm going to grab my iron and move the camera over for you. Get this, and the first thing we do is we iron in half. Okay, and it'll be wrong sides together. If you decide not to use this and you're doing your own fabric, you just want the kit, you can do that as well. And once you've got that ironed in half, open it out, just like that. And then turn that edge in there to the center, that one in there to the center. Place your fingers on it, okay, and work along, trying to keep it as even as possible. And you know what I'm like, if it's not even, it's still okay, because I am still going to stitch this the way I always do. it'll be free motioned, because I still don't do anything perfect, even if I do this sort of thing. All right, just to the ends, just make sure they're pressed. So then you've got your little piece of bias. Okay, just like that. You're going to do that to 3 of them. One, I love the colour of this one, and I also love the colour of the orange one too. I do like both. This would be a fave, the aqua and mauve. Although I'm not a purple person, I do like aqua. Doesn't everyone? All right, so you can go at one side if you want to, just like that. Come back, get the other side, and fold that in. Anyone's got any questions or anything? So far seem okay? You can all follow that fairly easily? I think everyone's gone to sleep or they're eating, one or the other. All right, swing her over. Get rid of that crease that we did before. No steam, by the way. I'm not using any steam. So far, so good. Awesome. Awesome. So there's 2. And let's do the 3rd one. Fold in half and just quickly press it. It doesn't need to be pressed like it's got to be there forever. And there we go. So I'm just going to put my chair up a little bit, as my shoulders are getting sore, reaching over the camera. That's better. Then I fold those 2 sides in, the raw sides, into the center, like that. And this is how you would do any kind of bias binding that you're making for whatever reason you're making it for. This is the easiest way to do it, so that you get them even. Eating and watching, good. Learning, everyone is there. Hope so. Hope I'm not showing you things you already know and you're going, oh, for God's sake, Michelle, shut up. And we just do that. Swing her over, give her a good press. All right, that down there. Alrighty, so we've got 3. That's what we want. 1, 2, 3. Now, if they aren't the same size, big hairy deal. Your decoration is much fancier than mine. Look, it is what it is. That's how I look at it. Now, this is where you can go, okay, well, I might move this ironing board out of the way so it doesn't take your eye away from what I'm doing. This is where you can turn around and go, oh, God, what am I going to do with this? So you can just do what I'm doing, or you can just make it up and do your own. I'm okay either way. I am so not taking you off my friendship list because you do your own version. That is perfectly fine. So you can go like this, which is what I'm going to do. Like this. Sunday night cheese and wine, loving it. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go 1, and I'm going to go 2, and my bag is going to have that on the front stitched down. You can make it into a cross hatching it or anything like that. So I thought, okay, well, if you do it this way, you could have your 2, 1, 2, or these 2 even. So 1, 2, 3, and you could also do like a one that way, one that way, one that way, and then the next one would come in and go under, and then under there, okay, down like that, and you can do it that way as well if you like, and sort of like a basket weave. So, but I'm going to do it the other way because then all my ends are going to be in underneath, and I don't have to worry about folding over and stitching them down. And I think that looks nice. So I'm going to go like that and that, and they are going to be stitched down. That one there, and then this one here, and that'll sit like that. They'll be all stitched down. Your Tens machine and bourbon, good. So that'll be like that. That'll be the front of it, and we'll do the same on the inside. Okay. So to get this to stay in place, we do need to pin it down. So I'm just going to throw a couple of pins in. It is going to move on me, so I'm going to just take them off and take the stress away. My first one's going to be pinned across the top there, just down a bit, probably about 1/4 of an inch down from that top little corner. Pin in there in the center. Now this is also where you can use a decorative stitch if you'd like, and 1/4 inch from that end. From there, from that little point to here. Then I'm going to add this baby on. They're going to be a little bit apart. So again, about 1/4 an inch. I'm just going to pin them down. And there's a reason why I'm doing all this. You'll see eventually. I'm going to pin in the middle of this one as well. And that there. And this is eyeballing. I'm not measuring, as you can see. Just got provided with headphones to wear, hint, hint, so everyone else doesn't want to learn how to make a clutch. Their loss. Oh, that's not very nice. What's wrong with them? Why wouldn't they want to know? Okay, so we're going to do that. And we're going to just pop one on this end. And to be honest with you, I think I might pop one in the center each of those, just to stop them from wobbling as I sew. And there. Now, next one is this one, and oops-a-days, a little bit of a gap, pin to this end. I don't know what they're missing out on, do they? Eh? Stretch it out. See how I'm stretching it out a little bit? I'm not leaving it all puffed up. I'm stretching it out. That'll bring them closer together, and you'll see the colours better. And then stretch that out there. They will stay down and it will not buckle. Oops, I nearly stabbed myself. See how it's got the buckle in there? Once I sew it down, it'll stop doing that. Then I get the last one, and that goes on the edge here. And I literally want it right on the edge. So I'm going to put that one there, and one at the other end, or in the middle, and one at the other end. Now, this all looks good and fancy, doesn't it? Hey? So that is going to just hold very nicely, just like that. Right, that's it. That's it. The game, the class is over. That's it. That's all you're going to learn. No, I'm joking. All right. Then once we've done that, we're going to take it to the machine. Now I have black thread on, so I'm going to need to change that very quickly. So bear with me 2 seconds, and I'm going to change the bobbin while I'm at it, because 9 times out of 10 I will be sewing along and that will definitely run out. So I'm changing to a sort of bluish colour in the thread. I'm going to keep my bobbin black. Reason being is because I really think, sorry, I'm just trying to find one that's undone, and I really think it'll still hold with the what do they call it, you won't see it because it's such a light thread. So that's the thread there, and you can see how light it is. So let's see if I can zoom in there. No, it's not going to. A bit close. There we go. Very light thread, 80 weight. Okay, so that's it there. And I'm just going to grab some blue thread because that definitely needs to be blue. Okay. All right, almost there. Oh my gosh. Sorry I'm late. Love the colours that you're using. Thanks, Virginia. I'm just in the process of joining this on. I'm just going to move some stuff from my machine because there's bits everywhere. I'm going to move my camera in 2 seconds. Got to touch the screen so I can see what I'm doing. Now the top thread I'm using this time around is actually a gem thread. It's a really cheap thread. It's an embroidery thread, but it will do the job. It's a light blue, so it should just blend in nicely. All right, without causing too many issues. All right, you ready? Come over to the machine, get rid of the charger cord. There we go. Hi, Jenny. There we are. We're ready. Next step. Just make sure that's in the right spot. Now, making sure underneath here that that little zipper pocket is away from what I'm doing. I'm going to just get that out of there. And pop it down here. Now this is where you can do a decorative thread if you want to, a decorative stitch or whatever you like. All right. Now I need my gloves because I've got to free motion it. Got all the pins facing the wrong way, which is going to hurt. Hopefully I can get past them without any issues. All right. Just got my bits and pieces. I'm going to speed up a little, and I'm literally going to come in. I need to lift it up. It's a bit thick. There we go. Off the edge, just like that. Now, when I go to join these pieces all together, I'm going to use the same thread, so it will just sort of hide amongst itself. So once I've got that sewn down, you don't have to do it free motion. Yeah, yeah, Rado, you don't have to. You can just use a free motion foot, whatever you feel comfortable with. Now I'm going to take the pins out of that. And I'm going to come up here, days, and because I'm going to start off the thing with the needle down. So you can do a wavy stitch or whatever you like. You can do a nice decorative stitch. Me personally, I'm going with simple. It's just a nice straight stitch for me. Less headache. So there we go. You can go past it if you want. We're just going to put it there. So I'm going to do all those fabric pieces first and come back to the nasty one in a minute. I'm just going to move that needle over out of my way. Come on, baby. There you go. So, foot down, just off the edge of the fabric, needle down, holding that thread tight because I'm off the edge of the fabric. And just come up there. I can see that needle's going to be, is that folded over edge? Yeah, it's a good way to free motion practice with your straight stitch. Or sewn right on the edge of the bag. No, that's folded over. Can you sew that just using a... Well, absolutely, Chris. Yeah, anything you like, love. I'm just doing a free motion. Saves me actually changing up to the next step Whatever you are comfortable with attaching it, that's how you do it. You want to do it by hand and blanket stitch it, absolutely fine too. There is no right and wrong, and that is the beauty of these. They are yours. When the fat man sings, they are definitely yours. Come back up the top here, take out that pin because it's now no longer needed. Foot down, just off the fabric, needle down. Press start, hang on to that fabric. And I am just off the edge, about 1/8 off the edge. If you're doing a top stitch and you're doing it with a walking foot, you might need to have your stitch length on about 3.5. This is my first time watching. I'm fairly new to sewing, and I'm happy that I've found your page. It looks pretty. I'm loving the colour choices. Thank you, Debbie. Welcome to the page. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Just taking that pin out. I don't want it to go sideways, but just taking that out for the second. The girls here are lovely, Debbie. You'll love the girls. The girls come and go as they please. They become friends, and they come and watch my live sales and the videos. And if you need any help, you know, or you're running short of something, they're very good with helping. They're lovely ladies. All right, we'll go down to the end. Let's see, a piece of fluff I'm going to have to get rid of. And to there. And I'm going to one more stitch about past that. Cut off. Hi, Tanya. How you going? Oh, you keep freezing, Redo. Gosh, I hope it's not my internet. Hang on, let me just check. No, my internet is good, good, good. All right, so there's some people sending me messages I'll get to later. Foot down, needle down, grab onto the back of it because it's thick and thin and we don't want it to knot up underneath. And just tip along. And I'm keeping the edge of the fabric just on the inside of that foot, if that helps. It's an open toe foot for those who haven't seen one before. Oh, hang on, I've missed. I have only just started watching, and I'm a patchworker, but living in Melbourne, I had no classes this year. It's sad, isn't it? Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Elizabeth. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, Rado's had a few bourbons already. All right, so now with this one, let's go down the side here. So foot down, needle down. Let's go back and forth a little just to knot that off and put my foot in the down position, a little bit further down. And I'm going to get up to here and just catch that. So just to keeping that underneath that foot, because I've got an open toe, it could quite easily get in there and really cause havoc. Now, if you have one of those little doodahs that you can keep your fabric down, do it now. I'm going to put my fat fingers in the way and hold either side down really flat, not that you can see it right now. And I'm just going to stitch straight across. And I'm going to go back again for a second time. And there. So I'll put my foot up a little bit and turn it around. Put that out of the way. I don't know if you can see, but there's just a straight stitch across there. Okay, foot down, go across the next one. And if you want to just go across twice, you're welcome to. It will hold on because we are putting another fake front on it. So just remember that. Now I'm going to trim this little doodah off because it looks like he's come undone, and I'll catch him off in a minute. This one here, we're going to just pull it down flat, go back and forward over that just like I did before. Alright, so I'll show you what I did. Held it down and back and forth just like that until I get around here and come there. And my bobbin decided to have a bit of a mental. I'll just double check it. It looks like it's, no, it looks like it's fine. Yeah, I'll just take it out and rethread it just in case it's carrying on. I don't want it to knot up too much underneath. All right, so that holds that side, okay? I haven't taken the inside pins off yet, and I'm going to go foot down and needle down inside or on that stitch. Oh, I've come unthreaded. How annoying. Pull that out. Let some thread out. And thread my needle again. Don't know why it came out, but anyway, it did. Alright. So come at the back there, put your needle down in the same stitch spot you did before, back and forth a couple of times just to hang on. I'm just going to put that underneath, and I'm going to come around here. Now, if you miss that stitching, or like the edge of your little fellow, like your edge of your purse, don't stress. You can come back and get it on the next run, because we are going to stitch over this again. Again, I'm going to hold this down just like that and stitch over. So you'll see it hopefully with my fingers out of the way. Back and forth there. Come around here, stitch that again, back again, then go to the next one. Oops, today's a bit of a wobble. That's all good. And next one of these. Back and forth, and I haven't taken that pin out yet. One of those there. And then up here, I'm going to stop there, back and forth, up like that. And cut off. You're probably thinking, what am I going to do about all that stuff there? I'll show you that in a second. Now I'm just going to take the 2 pins at the end out. One I buried underneath the chiffon. So I've only got the 2 pins here in. I'm going to take you back over here. I get distracted by Michelle's rings. Shiny things! That's funny, Jackie. Sorry. That's hilarious. You're funny. Alrighty, so. Oh, dear. What I'm going to do now with my extra little bit of fabric that I've got is I'm going to grab it. I'm going to get some Tilda Fix, which is in a roll, and I'm going to cut off about 4 inches or so. So it's a good size, but it's not going to be massive. And I'll just use big scissors, it's easier. So around about 4 to 5 inch square. You don't need any more than that. So just like that. Okay. Then on the wrong side, I'm going to choose a flower. So I can see that, and I can see it on the other side. So I'm going to put that over the top, okay? And I know I can just very quickly do that with this table, because this table is a craft table. But don't do that on you really good. Yeah, oh, the fabric's gorgeous, Gidget. Can't order it yet. I'm sorry. So I am really making this glue stick out. Oh, sorry, that was clear. Alright, really making that stick down. That's now stuck. Flip it back over, and this is the rosette that I'm going to cut out. It's my favourite colour fabric. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's not the only one, guys, so be ready for that range when it comes in. Now, I'm going to just cut around this rose. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'm not being overly fussy, and I'm sort of making it up as I go. If you can't see it, just wing it. That looks like it's going to be too far out, but anyway, you can cut 2 out if you want to, so it's up to you. I'm just going to do the 1. I'm going to make that rose work for me. Okay, so let's put in some fake petals. There we go. So that's my little rosette. There she is there. I think it's going to be a bit better that way. Whoopsie-days. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, just like that. Now, these aren't sewn in the middle, just remember that. But because we've pulled that tight, they aren't going anywhere, not yet. So this is going to be the front. So you can choose to put it right in the center if you so wish, or You can put it off to the side. You can put underneath, which could be quite nice. Did you get all masks finished? Yeah, I'm not too sure whether Pat did. I'm going to place it in the center and just like on an angle facing upwards like that. So I'll pin it down and I'll show you what I mean before I glue. So in the center like that. Okay, I'll just angle that up a bit. There you go, just like that. So my bag will sit, it'll sit like that, and it'll have those all gone, just like that. Now, let's pop those little babies out. Oh my gosh, you're not carrying heavy things, are you?
You're always doing that.
Oh, good. Thank you, darling. The girls have just come in. All right, so that's a good spot, but I need to take this stuff off. So let's take off the paper and let's do this part of it and stick her down like that. So my poor daughter, she put in an application today to get an exemption to get her license because we live out of town, and she got rejected. Oh, she's just so heartbroken. All right, so I'm just going to very quickly, because it's chiffon, I do not want to melt my chiffon. So very quickly, just tapping that down just to get it stuck, especially in that position. And then I'm going to take it to the machine and sew it down. If you're scared about the height of that, get a pin on either side. Now, again, if you don't like to do free motion quilting, you can needle turn, you can blanket stitch around it, whatever you like, okay? So I'm going to now take this over to the machine and moving you with me. Over here. Yeah, I bet, yeah, you could absolutely do those shopping cart handles in your sleeve. You've done a lot.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's getting there, hey. So let's bury this thread. Needle down, or foot down, needle down. And pretty much got it out of the way. It'll disappear in a minute. Take out that one. Oh, she's so disappointed. It's not funny. She's really upset. I can see she looked very sad when she came in. First thing to do is to go around the outside edge just to make sure it is all on. Don't stress if you're not straight or even. Oh, look at that. I've got a crease. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Who cares? Let's just keep going, girlfriend. Beck is absolutely heartbroken because she's turning 18 in about 3-4 weeks, and oops, days. I better just double check where that thing is. Yep. And she can't have a party. She can't. They can't go to schoolies. They can't go. She can't get a license. It's just ridiculous for her, you know. And I know why they're doing it, and I get it, but it's so disappointing for these kids. It really is. So I've gone all the way around the outside. I'm going to speed her up a fraction and just do these lines in here. I'm just going to follow the lines because it's all lined up. I'm just going to follow them and go back over them. There's a bug flying around my machine. Sorry about that. Just make sure you get all those lines. You want to make it consistent. Alright, don't do one line and then not the rest. And there. So, and this, because it's shiny, it's really going to look very pretty. Right. Speed that up just so we can get this done tonight, not, you know, next Christmas. And down over here. Yeah, she looks really disappointed, the poor love. Feel for her. We've never been that age and had this, have we? So don't be frightened if you need to go over the purple or the darker colours. Now letting you know that the orange fabric has these wonderful feather designs on it. So if you do want to go the orange range, you can. My son got his 100 hours and lost half his vision and hasn't been able to get his P's yet. He's had surgery on both eyes. Oh, God. God, that's awful. All seeing specialist at the moment. Yeah, that's just horrible. All right, it's not fair on the kids, is it? There we are. She's all stitched on. Now, let's move over to where we were and do the next step. All right, back over here and clipped in. I had my license revoked 15 years ago due to brain surgery. Boy, did that change my life. Oh, Elizabeth, that would have been absolutely... Oh, there goes your independence. How horrible for you. All right, so there you are. There's the bag front, and that's how it's going to be. I'm going to trim off that little hairy bit there that we had when we first started, which now I can't see. I want to find it. Where'd it go? I actually can't find it now. It'll be there as soon as... Oh, there it is. As soon as I turn away. Alrighty. Now, next step. Okay, if you're looking at the instructions, once you finish decorating, that's when you can do the next step. But we haven't quite finished. We need to fold these over, and those little corners have got an edge on them, like it's a rounded edge. So we need to tuck that in there, and then fold that over, give it a quick press there, like that. Grab our little pins or big pins that we were given and just pin it down. You do the same on the other side. So fold that little bit in there and fold it to a 45, degree angle. Then fold that over there. So that way you keep that nice curved corner. If you don't do that, you're going to end up with a little square corner. And look, if you do that and you end up with a square corner, that's okay too. You sort of, I just wanted to stay with the design. This one here, that can just go over, pin it down, out of the way. Get it? Yep. These ones here, they all just need to be pinned down. I'll take that out of the way for a sec. Pinned down inside. Don't pull them too tight. We just need that there. It was and still is, but I don't give up. I sew and scrapbook, even if it's slowly. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I used to do scrapbooking years ago. I haven't done it forever. All right, so we're just going to do that. We're going to do this. Now, we don't want all that bulk there, but we are going to go and sew around again, and that will hold this in. Come on. There you go. Okay, and do the same to the other side. Fold that in. Okay, fold that in. And do that, fold that in, and do that. Get that little thread out of the way. Come on, baby. There we go, and fold them in. Okay, now we're ready to go around the edge again. But guess what? We are going to do it from the front, because we need to be able to see that we're on the same line, although we probably could see here, but I'm a bit frightened that I might muck it up. So I'm going to do it from this way, and that just means I need to make sure I keep those pin heads and that away from the edge. Look how cool that looks now. How cool is that? Alrighty, so let's do this back over at the machine. Now, always, with these kits, you always remember the longest part is going to be decorating. The putting it together takes no time at all. Like, it's seriously the quickest thing ever. But decorating definitely takes some time. especially if you do what I'm doing. So, I mean, if you can get this done in no time and just do a quick applique on it, or you know, whatever you like. So I know I've got pins under there, and I'm just going to have to deal with that for the time being, because if I let them loose right now, I'm not going to have any control over that at all. So my needle's down and my foot's down, and I come under here and I grab it with my finger on top, right? My finger's there, and I've grabbed that needle out, or pin out, gone to the next one and grab that out. Just 2 at a time. Go backwards and forwards. Oh, need to slow that down because I've gone 100 miles an hour. And then come up to this one. It's way too slow. And then go backwards and forwards so that we've got those 2 down nicely. Stop at the second one. Come under. Grab a hold of the pin. Put your finger down right near that seam. Pull that out. Same with the second of the fourth one. Hold that down. Pull that out. So you've got a grip on them. Alright, up and down a couple of times. Then back over to the next one. Oops, I need to pull that out there. There we go. Now, this corner one, you can see if you don't do it properly, you're going to end up with a square bit. So I'm going to pin that in, just grab it with my pin and pull it in, a bit like a needle turn. Pull it in there. Fingers crossed that'll grab. If it doesn't, I'll just deal with it. I'm okay either way. Alright, back and forth a couple of times. Again, I did take that pin out. And I'm going to turn this around, come down this end. All the way down. And I'm going to get to this point here. Press stop and start. Sorry if my hand gets in the way. Go around my corner and then stop, straighten up, get under there and get that pin out. We don't want to run over those big nasty pins, because they are nasty if you hit them with your machine. And guess what? You'll throw your timing out and you won't love me anymore. Alright, there. Just put the finger down for a bit of pressure to hold that. Up to that one. Back and forward there a bit. Back and forward there. And just stop. Give myself a bit of room this time. Get under. Put my finger down on that one and go the next one. And because I'm going backwards and forwards over these stitches, it doesn't really matter if I'm missing a little bit or not. Okay, they are huge pins. Yes, so these are the ones I like to use on the long arm. But they also really good when you're doing anything heavy duty. And to me, wool felt is a little bit heavy duty than the huge. That's why they probably give them to you in your kit. That down there, and that's that. Cut off. Trim off your threads at start and finish. There and there. Now, underneath here, I'll just do this here while we're here. I am going to trim off all this. And I'm giving it about 1/2 inch from the edge. You don't want any more than that in there, really. It's just too much bulk. Okay. Any loose threads get trimmed off because you don't want them in there. They'll just annoy you. So this, come in, trim. Be careful not to cut your, what's the name? My toes are curling up looking at your fingers so close to that needle. That's what Judy said before. But you know what? I think it's because you're on close-up with the camera. It looks like I'm really close. I'm not quite as close as you think. Hi, Elizabeth. All right, so we now have that ready to get to the next step. If you find that you don't like that these are lifted up, come in. So you don't want them catching on anything. Come in, put your foot down and needle down and do a little circle there, just like that, and stop, cut off. All right, go to the next light bit, or a little flower, or a little something you can do, and needle down, do a little circle, a couple of ways around, stop, needle up. Okay, you're going to be able to watch this video over and over again, listen to me yap on about the same thing over and over again, and you can stop, pause, reverse, whatever you like, because it is going to go up on my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see it there. So if you've subscribed, you'll get a notification that these videos are up. So that's just added a little bit more decoration. I'll come down and do it here. So let's just get them down, but without having an edge on it, you know, like the top one. We don't want them to look the same as the top one. And cut off. Next one here. Was she all right in the car? Quiet? Yeah, you see when she saw me, she will look sad.
She didn't.
No, she wouldn't have.
You pinched the scissors for it.
I did, darling. It's over here on my right-hand side. I don't need them, so you're welcome. Thank you, sweetheart. All right, just cut that out. I'll need to watch more than once. Yeah, that's fine. You can watch as many times as you like, honey. That's the beauty of YouTube, hey? So this one's a little bit high. So again, we're going to... If you do it to one, you might as well do it to all. Do you know what I mean? So just go around, around, around circles, colour it in, whatever you like. You can also put buttons there if you like buttons. Silver thread would look awesome too. Absolutely, Deb. There you go. Now you're making it yours. That's what I like to hear. I'm just using the same thread because in this demo, this is to give you the ideas. Julie said to me, oh, I can't wait to see what you're going to do. And, you know, it's funny, I'm one of those people, until I have an idea, I see things, I like them put together, and I go, how cool are those? They are going to look awesome. And then until I actually get started and doing things, I don't really see it. So let's move this camera up and over again, back over to my little area of doing things on my craft desk. Sorry about all the stains from painters. All right, so we have those in. We're going to trim these threads. Anything that's sort of sticking up out of the way it shouldn't be. That one there. Careful not to cut the chiffon because it will fray and carry on. And that looks good to me. How cool is that? So that's going to be the front of our purse. Just like that. I'm liking that, Julie. What do you think, honey bun?
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that lovely? Bourgeois.
Love how you
Could glue on crystals to cover those circles there. What needles do you use through wool felt? I'm using my titanium needles. Yeah, you could use those stick-on glue, whatever they are, crystals. I've got them too. Yeah, I've got everything, I'm telling you. You got no idea. I got so much stuff, I just got to sell stuff. I'm just trimming them off. Not that they matter, because I've got heaps of crystals I can use from jewellery making. Exactly. Beads, buttons, sequins, whatever you like. I don't mind the little dots of thread because it just adds another texture factor. So again, I'm just going to get those little threads out of the way. I'll probably see them all week. All right, so that's that one, okay, all ready to do. Now, we're up to the next step, and the next step, once we've decorated, is to do the inside. So this is the inside, and now we need to put the other clip on, okay? So again, I have free motion quilting, but I'm going to change my thread back to black, because I don't really want a really light blue thread coming with the black leather, because I think that would just look weird. So just quickly changing that while I'm talking. And I think what we need to do is have a quick break. Now we've decorated. It's going to take Oh, maybe I can do it. We'll do it. We'll just keep going. I'm just going to thread my machine. I was going to have a quick break. Let's just keep moving. All right. There we go. Now. Yeah, I'm having a quick cuppa. All right. So you're going to find the center of this. So you need your pencil or your pin. So I'll just get my pin and my pencil. So you look at the picture and you go, right, I need my curved edges that way. So you find the center by folding in half. That's a good way to do it with anything. You can pop your pin there like that and use your chalk even. So there's your center. Okay. Now I've got that there, I can take it out. Now I need to do 12 millimeter, 1.2 millimeter. So 1.2 millimeter, I'm thinking that that would be half an, well, 1.2 millimeters is like a quarter inchy thing, isn't it? So let me just pop this here. Got my chalk there. I'm going to flip that over. So what I'm doing is I'm flipping over. I've got, I'm going to put it there. So it's going to sit right there, like that, just down. So it's going to go right there. So if you don't have the measurement thing, use common sense. Pop that over where you know it's got to sit and have it clip in together and then pin it down. Okay, there you go. I don't know what 1.2 millimeters is in inches. It's 1 centimeter. Oh, it's probably it's 1/8. Okay, so 1/8 from there. All right, there we go. Done. Ready to sew on. Let's go to the machine. I've still got my free motion foot on because I'm going to do this the quick way. And grab it, lift up, needle down, back and forth just for a couple of, just for a little knot. Okay, and I'm just going to slow the machine down a little and go around. And you can go back and forth through those holes, or you can do just one row all the way around and go around twice. I'd go around at least twice. I would not just have one row. Okay. And because I want to keep it sort of close to those holes, I might have to stop and turn it around, unless I can get it to move where I need it to go. Put the pin out of the way. Cut that thread, and so it's getting a little bit stiff because I haven't lifted that foot up for the leather, but I'm just sort of giving it a bit of a shove to help me along. You can hear her squeaking. She's like, oh my god, it's so slow, I don't think I can cope. So let's just do a knot off, a couple of stitches right close together, and then stop and cut off. And that baby is on. Okay, it's on. Look at that, not going anywhere. Next step, it tells me, is that I need to sew that on to the front of my bag. Okay, so making sure that all those fluffy bits are in. I'm going to pin because I don't want them to come out. I'm sewing it around there like that. I'll put it on there. Make sure it's all good. Sitting correct. Looks like it's a fraction bigger than the front. Just having a quick squeeze. Okay, just gonna go. Oh, I know why that is. That's because I probably pulled it in a little bit with my sewing. So let me just give it a bit of a shove. That's the felt being pulled in. My bad. I'm just fiddling with this just to make it the right size. Let's put it in the right spot. Okay. Now I've turned it over this way so that I can see what I'm doing. I want to make sure those little hairy bits and everything are on the inside. It looks like it's a little bit bigger. I'm going to trim it. And that's because I've pulled it in with my stitching. You'll find that if you do lots of stitching like I just did, it will pull things in, but that's okay. The other thing we could do is, if you wanted to, I'm going to stitch around. I could then do a like a satin stitch, and that will also hold it on. So foot down, needle down, and I am seriously, I've got black thread in there. I need to go and cut off. A bit silly, aren't I? Down and go back to that blue thread. Okay, I did change that and I said I probably shouldn't have. Let's go back to that just for this section. Just get that in there. So this gem thread is an embroidery thread. If you haven't heard of it before, it is, I think it's 50 weight from the top of my memory, and it can be anywhere from $3 to like $9 a reel. It's very cheap, but it does a great job. So lifting that foot up because I need a bit of a gap, needle down, go back and forth. That thread underneath, foot down a fraction. All right. Okay. Let's go around here and make sure all the little bits are in as we go around. That's why I want to do it from the front, not the other side. Let's stop there. Line it up there and keep going. So you can do a really nice satin stitch or a patterned type stitch. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm going to miss that little clip. Hopefully it's in the center properly still. Now I've moved things around. Yep. The other thing too is with using a free motion foot, to get around that little clip, I can go straight past it. If you're sewing this together and you have trouble with getting past that little clip, use your zipper foot. Zipper feet are great for getting around tiny little areas like that. And let's just tuck that little booger in there because we don't want him hanging out. Pull it over, that little thread there. Oops a days, got my foot caught on the, what do they call it, the chiffon. So you can go up and back a couple of times just to stitch that down. Got my scissors, trim off both ends. Then I've got my back bit on that covers all that stuff I just did before. Again, if you want to decorate the edge of this, you can, just to cover those edges there. I probably will, but not in this demo. Or you can try and trim them, but you'll find it might not like it because it hasn't got the burnt edge. I don't know, or the scored edge. But it should be alright. So I'm just trimming with a little pair of scissors and it's fine. It's not cracking it at all. You see it there. So you can do that as well. So again, I'm just going to go around this with a pair of scissors. Around, around, around. Bear with me while I do this off camera. So I've just trimmed that around. The only one I can't trim is that. If it bothers you, grab a needle and thread and pull it in with a thread. Just one thread will pull that in easily. So you can cut those little corner bits off there, nice and easy, and now it's even. See? Just like that. Here's one I prepared earlier. Alright. Okay. Next bit. Oh, now we're going to take a break because I've got a pocket to put in as well. So we are going to take a break. Let's come back at about 7:45 and finish it off. So if you can't come back, that's okay. During the week, I will pop it up on the YouTube channel and you'll be able to see it. That's going to go there. Whoop. Get in there. There we go. See? But in saying that, we still have a pocket that I want to add into it, and we've got to pop in the sides. So let's get back to it. My husband wants to know where he can book me in for detox for my absolute addiction to you. Jill Golland. YouTube, honey, YouTube. There's no detox, darling. Ask my husband. All right. So we are going to go for a big quick break. See you back at about 7:45. We're going to do the pocket and we're also going to do the edges of it. So see you soon. Give us a good 20 minutes. 7:45. See you soon. Bye, guys.